Over the past 35 years, cars and trucks have changed a lot.
But through all that time and all those changes, there's one place to get an affordable vehicle: Bill Colwell Ford. Always there to make sure you're getting the best deal in the area while ensuring a simple buying and ownership experience.
So no matter how much vehicles change, you'll know that Bill Colwell Ford is working hard to serve you better year after year.
Serving the Cedar Valley for the past 35 years,
Bill Colwell Ford, clearly a better place.